I am going to really quick, we'll start in a minute, but I'm going to really quickly announce we have some lost and found items. They are at the security desk, which is past the front door toward where Gateway Services is. So if your last name is Holmes, there's something you want to claim at the security desk. We also have the earring that I mentioned earlier, and we have a phone, a Samsung S3 phone. So all of those items are at the security desk here in this building. Dr. Raj, where'd you go? Jenny, would you go find Raj and send him in here, please? Thank you. go, sir.
Okay.
Like, hold it like here.
Oh. Okay.
Here.
What am I doing?
You want me to talk first?
Okay, is everybody here? If you're not here, is that good, Siobhan? That's better? Derek Krim, Dr. Krim, can you please say hi to everybody? Dr. Krim and myself, in the absence of Professor Libby, are going to put together next year's URMI conference, right? And our theme is?
All right, mental illness.
Mental illness, right? So we want to see y'all back right here, right? Right? You don't want to hurt Dr. Krim's feeling, right? Please do not. Right? Please do not hurt Dr. Krim's feelings. So be here next year, around the same time. Okay.
In the meantime.
In the meantime.
How were your afternoon breakouts?
Good.
Give you a lot?
If you like your breakouts, okay, clap. If you didn't like your breakouts, raise your legs.
Raise your legs.
See, nobody can raise your legs, so everybody must like the conference. Oh, excuse
Now,
me.
Now, before we ask the question we ask
Yes.
at the end of the conference, before we do that, first of all, I want to thank the sponsors again, the ones that are listed in your packet and on the slide. Metro State is the host sponsor. They make the largest contribution toward the event. And we had a partnership this year with the Ramsey County Attorney's Office and sponsorship from the Minnesota Council, the Council of Minnesotans of African Heritage, Hazelton Betty Ford Grad School of Addiction Studies, Community Mediation and Restorative Services, and the ACLU of Minnesota. However, we had a late contributor that didn't get on the slide or the handout. Could you speak to that, please, Raj?
Right, Minnesota Educational Partners. Carlos Mariani is the director, so they jumped in, and they also became a sponsor of this event. So we want to give it up for Carlos Mariani's group, MENEEP, right? M-N-E-E-P. So thank you all.
Great. And I just want to, again, I did this at lunch, but anybody, Dr. Krim is here, Ms. Johnson is here. Who else of our breakout facilitators is still here? Great. Melissa McMillan is here. Ted Tessier. Who else we got?
Oh, good. Keep your hands
Who's
up.
back
Because
there? Cecilia Vial. Hello, Cecilia. All right, great. Thank you so much. All of our, Regina. Sorry, I didn't see your hand, Regina. Thank you. All right, great. So appreciative. They are volunteers. Some are Metro State faculty, some are from other parts of the community. So just because the breakouts are the key part of the event, what they provide is absolutely essential to having understanding and responding to mass incarceration be what it is. So Raj, you have a question for these fine people?
Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll keep this down here. So here's the thing, right? So we always ask you all to go to two different sets of workshops. One, the breakout session, we ask you or we invite you to go and learn about an issue. The first session. The second time around, we invite you to go back to the same workshop, same breakout session to find out how you can be involved and engaged in this process. So at this point, I want to give you the mic. Let's do some call-outs on things that you are taking away from this particular conference, this particular day, and then what are you going to do about it? Right? What are you going to do about it? Right? What can you do at your work, at your home, in your neighborhood? Right? What can you go knock on your door and tell them, did you know this is happening in Minnesota? Right? Don't get shot, but go knock on the door. You're supposed to laugh, but okay. But please, right? What can we do? So let me hear some things out, right? So if y'all don't raise your hands, you know I will come and call you.
One here, Dr. Raj.
Okay, go for it.
Ashley, I spoke earlier.
Everybody say, hey!
I learned how to advocate for myself more in my community, being that I just got out a few months ago, and also how I can help other people in my community have more knowledge of how to help people coming out of prison as well. So that's what I took from that.
Others. Matt just raised his hand, so.
Well, I actually raised my hand before you even see me. That's fine. My name is Matt. And so one of my big takeaways from this is not only do I want to learn more about restorative justice processes, but I want to advocate for that education in my agency. I work for Hennepin County.
All right. Fantastic. Right, and what would that agency be?
I said it's Hennepin County.
Hennepin County. Okay. I gotta put him on the spot. Okay. What about this music? Whatever teachers here. Go for it.
Hi, I'm Laura. Hey. And I think my big takeaway is, as an elementary educator, there's a lot that I can be doing and learning about trauma and even just the school to prison pipeline and ways to interrupt that.
That's part of the call that Ms. Stephanie Autumn said to us, right? How do we do that at an early age? So we're not looking back and saying, wow, we should have done this, right? So yes, let's answer that call. Others, yes.
I'm going to continue to volunteer. I'm going to continue to say yes to the right things. I'm going to continue to teach my children. And I'm just going to continue to create awareness with love.
Dr. King often say we have to all work towards creating a beloved community, right? And how do we do that on a regular basis, right? How do we send that message and then live that life as a culture? Others, go for it.
All right, we got one. Hi, everyone. I'm Joanna.
Hey.
I'm going to continue to use my voice to advocate on all of the messages that I heard today. And I did want to use my voice to tell you that I am on the board for the YMCA Blaisdell, and we're sponsoring a scholarship to send children whose mothers are in incarceration free of charge and transportation provided. There are flyers outside in the atrium? Reception area. So feel free.
Otherwise, how do they get in touch with you? Do you want to?
The flyer has all the contact information and their catalogs there about the camp, but if you have questions, come find me.
Please. Right. Thank you for doing that. Thank you. Great opportunity. Others, yes.
Oh, I'm not scared, girl. Okay, so
Your name?
My name is Tane. Hey. So I think some of the biggest things that I learned in our group today was how to work with women when they are coming out of incarceration, and learned about some of the challenges that they face when they do come out, and different ways of how to help them, and one of the biggest things to me is just to be supportive, and to, like Melissa just said, show love, continue to show love to these people.
Yeah, wow.
All right, thank you.
Dang, big thing. Others. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. It's okay.
Have anything.
Huh? You didn't have anything?
No.
She speaks well?
Yes, she does.
Okay. Come on.
I don't have anything. Thank you very much.
It was wonderful.
I can't believe one of
wonderful.
my students is saying that.
It was great.
What are you taking away?
Oh, gosh. My takeaway is, hi, I'm Annie. My takeaway is really to just continue educating. And actually, I do have something. I think my takeaway is really to keep advocating when I see misinformation being spread. And also to be a responsible white person and hold other white people responsible for their actions and their words.
Thank you. See? You got all kinds of wisdom. That's somebody I really want to call, so can you pass this on to that individual, right?
Raj. Hey, I'm Abby. Hey. I think the biggest thing I'm taking away, that I'm also going to pull my boss into this, that's Emily up there for the record. One of the things we were talking about earlier was how much conferences, particularly of this nature, where we're doing like heart and soul work, and it's not just academic information, is one of those things that helps us call ourselves back to this work, kind of, and a reminder that, and because people in this field show up, it means that we are, in calling ourselves back to work, we are also called back to connections with the people who are doing similar heart work. And I think that's the biggest thing I'm taking away.
All right.
So this is not about hard work, right? This is hard work. Bring it in. Go for it.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I work at Century College, and I'm here because Em had invited me, who is helping coordinate this event. We together work and coordinate our Resource and Support Center for our students. It has food shelf and resources and things like that. And I work with a number of students who have criminal records, who have been incarcerated. I attended the session for resources for once a person gets out. And I have a flyer, It's Okay to Be You, from Cecilia. So I'm definitely going to copy this and post this on campus and share it in our resource center. And also I got Kaylee's email, so I'm going to connect with Kaylee. They're doing amazing things. We have a lot of partners in the community who want to help, and so I'm going to do my best to recruit volunteers for her circles who help integrate people, women, into the community once they're leaving.
Don't call this person, I'll be remiss. So she's sitting way up front, so I gotta walk all the way down.
Then we got one up here after that.
My name is Darnella.
Hey.
I'm a founder of a nonprofit, Black Truce. It's new, probably 1 year old. And what I learned today, I did the Prison to Pipeline workshop. It strengthened me. I'm trying to create a conflict resolution program that I want to be made into a curriculum in St. Paul, Minnesota. So learning about the pipeline, prison to pipeline for the children, I learned that I'm on the right road. And the people in the room made me feel like I need to remember what it is to be a child and learn their language again and keep them safe from not just my mistakes, my prejudices, but to be a positive influence for them to navigate through what she called the potholes of life. So, thank you.
I'm Lance. My takeaway as a career offender and somebody that's been in the system with Minnesota is from restorative justice, is that they're actually like getting into the prison systems and into the communities to help people reintegrate. I feel like back when I was in, that was non-existent. It was a very difficult transition, and to see that now they're doing that in the community and they're actually going into the prison systems to start it while incarcerated and get people thinking about the change is huge, and that's my takeaway from it.
We're at the end of our time, Dr. Raj.
Siobhan has graciously agreed to close us out with a beautiful poem, so she is coming on up. Give it up for Professor Johnson. She didn't know, but that's all right.
Can we say Dr. Raj does the most? Hey! No, but seriously want to thank Professor Thrissa and thank Dr. Raj. And I haven't met you before. Derek, I really do appreciate you all doing this work.
and the meetings that you do and the thoughtfulness and the intentionality that you put forth with this conference. So we appreciate you. So because Dr. Raj told me this like 3 minutes ago, I was trying to think of a poem that'd be appropriate, and I've been reintroduced to loving children, but working directly with K through 12 again. And when we talk about this work, I'm gonna leave you with a question that I asked as a child. And I think our children are still asking the question. Can you see the beauty in me? And I'm not asking you if you think I'm hot, because I know it, but but I think our children are asking us, can we see them? Can you see the beauty in me? Can you reach into your soul and avoid your logic and every bit of your rationality? Can you see the struggle I've been through, the tests I've been put to, and my incomprehensible desire to be free? Can you see the age of time in my face, my past and shame, disgrace, and when I look into this mirror of fleshy imagery, wondering if you, the world, can or want to look to see the beauty in me, a child of a conqueror, the child of a king, bit, hurt, and tortured with the pain of life's sting, keeping the faith, knowing that's all I possess, and knowing the ones before me struggle to never settle for less. Past, present, hopeful destiny, asking, do you want to look to see the beauty in me? All the trials I've seen, former king and black queens, love me, choose or hate me, contemplate, result, release these chains of mere instability, see all the beauty rise up, all the good that I be. No shame, no cry, prosperous describes I, at life and oppression's peak. My eyes full of promise, in all its purity, and you have to be blind from your heart not to see the beauty in me. It not be about black, it not be about white, but it be about me not reaching the tower of life's height. I aspire to succeed, be it by whatever creed. Glory, freedom, live the life to be free. Can you, will you want to look to see the beauty in we? Can you see the beauty in we? Can you reach into your soul to see the beauty in we? Thank you.
That's why, right? That's why. Imagine that's 3 minutes ago. So if I give it an hour, it would be great. So I think part and parcel of what Siobhan's rendition also reminds us of the things that the Maasai warriors and the Ashanti people in Ghana and others in Kenya and throughout the continent of Africa, often when they see each other, they ask the question, right? It's not what Eurocentric questions are. How are you doing? Instead, the question is often, how are our children doing? Right? If we can continue to ask each other, how are our children doing? We'll always stay grounded in terms of figuring out where they are, how they are doing, right? As we lead the path with them, right? Closing.
I just really want to thank everyone again for being here. This is our 6th year. It's been a joy to see this grow every year in one sense because we have so many more people involved, and that's fantastic. It's heartbreaking in another sense because this system is deeply, deeply, deeply embedded, and it's going to take a lot of work from a lot of us to push it and to push it and push it and push it. I'm glad that I appreciate what was said about this is heart work, this is soul work, and so sometimes, you know, the choir needs to hear the preacher, right? So however it showed up for you today, thank you for showing up. Thank you for wherever you show up there, and we'll see you next year. Thank you.